We're live now.
Oh, so we're doing a cold open then. I thought you were just going to run the opener.
No,
let's
same as always.
Just kick this off with the cold open then. Bears preseason, Packers coming up. Well, let's kick this shit off.
Bears country. Where is it? You down with BCP? 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 You down with BCP?
Well, extra excited today, guys, as I'm sure you all are.
I'm hyped.
Yeah,
Oh man, I am fucking pumped right now, guys.
Still drinking.
waited a long time for this.
I know, but it just seems to have flown by.
Yes, sir.
Seems like just yesterday we were doing the draft, man.
Yeah, man.
Guys
Excitement.
in chat, man. Thanks for joining us, Steve S. Let's fucking go, my guy. Jason UK Bears, thanks for joining us. Yes, we are. Game day. Evie Bear Down Davis. Hey, fellas. Good to see you in here, Evie. Doug Van Dorn. Hi, Shorty. Important things first. How's your dog doing? I've been worried. She's doing much better. Thank you. Thank you. We put her on a diet of boiled chicken and rice and made sure that we didn't give her that mixture of medication again because they had her on different painkillers for her eye because her eye was so screwed up from a scratch that turned into an ulcer. Now she's wearing a contact lens and it was all just kind of new. So I apologize for having to leave my own show. But by the time we cleaned up all the puke everywhere and it was just late, my wife's like, you're not hopping back on with those guys because you'll be on for another 4 hours. Which you guys are.
We did just fine without you.
See, so she was right. Thank you. I appreciate your concern, Doug. What else we have here? Mark Kazak, thanks for joining us, Mark.
Dougie V.
FGB. For sure.
Put them FGBs in the chat and like it up, like the video.
What I would like to know is, what are your guys' in chat? And let's make a banner for this. What are your bold predictions for? Just give us a bold prediction for the game. So mine is Tyreek Stevenson pick 6. You guys have one, Walt? Bill? Any bold predictions for the game?
I'm going sack and a half for Yannick Ngakoue and maybe 2 touchdowns for DJ Moore.
Oh, okay. You got one, my friend?
I'm going 300 yards for old Fields. Right off the bat, 300 yards. Shut up all the haters. Shut them up.
I think I said 20. What did I say? 23 of 28 for 310 yards and 3 touchdowns. That's my Justin Fields story for the day. That's my Justin Fields prediction.
Sounds good to me, Shorty.
Adversely, Jordan Love will have like 176 yards. He'll be like 18 of 28 and 176 yards and 2 interceptions. One of them to Tyreek Stevenson for a pick 6. That's my big calls. Guys, we got Foster, who I think is heading over to one of the bars down the road, and he's going to try to get some fans at one of the bars to get some interviews with them. So that might be fun if he can do it. He's not here yet, so he must be down to it. What's up, Chris Watts?
He might already be drinking.
He doesn't drink.
No, buying drinks. Then he's hyped.
He's buying drinks. Yeah, he might be eating some gummies.
Yeah.
So, guys, how you doing today, man? How you like? Let's get your overall, perception of how you feel about this game. We can kind of go over. There really isn't any injury report much to talk about, but I think Dubs is playing, right? If I saw that last, and there's some players that are inactive. You wanted to talk about, Walt?
Yeah, right now you have 6 inactive players. The biggest highlight for me is Velus Jones Jr. Then Ecomini St. Brown, Khalid Kareem, Tyson Badgett, Quindell Johnson, and then Stephen Carlson.
Tyson Bagent is inactive. Damn it! I just don't like Peterson. Nothing against Fields. I just don't like Peterson as our backup. I wish they would have, or Peterman. I wish Bagent was the backup, but I understand he's a rookie.
Yeah, Tunyon is playing today, by the way.
Bobby T is in.
That was funny because before we started the show, you said Bobby T. I was like, who are you talking about?
The man of many nicknames. Bobby T.
I knew exactly what you were talking about. So
Bobby Trees, whatever you want to call him.
So, overall thoughts, like, how are you feeling?
Me myself, I'm hyped. I'm excited. I'm ready for this new era to start. We added enough pieces to be able to contend and take over this division. Like Pohl said, let's take the North. We could take it right now. I'm not waiting for next year. I think we make a statement in this game. Absolutely.
Yeah, I slept easy. I'm not worried about this at all.
I slept pretty good too. We got guys in chat for their big prediction, their bold predictions. Let's see. Sack for Pickens. Evie Bear Down Davis says. Steve S says, "Go Falcons." Hell yeah.
Yep.
Go Falcons. It's funny. I had forgot they were playing the Panthers today, and Brian Gilmore was texting me, and he's like, "Go Falcons!" And I was like, "Yeah, like, okay." And then I realized they were playing. I was like, "Oh yeah, go Falcons!"
see, these things you would be up to date with if you was in a fantasy league.
Oh, yeah. Well, you did talk to me about daily fantasy drafts, so I can do that any weekend, right?
Yes, sir. Any day a game is on. Thursdays, Sundays, Mondays.
I might try it out. Just because it does help you to pay attention to some of the players in the league, which I should. I'm just too much of a Bears homer. Like I told you, if I was playing fantasy football, and my buddy here in chat knows this, I drafted all Bears, and I lost dramatically because I didn't want to root for any other players that weren't Bears. So, what can I say? I'm just a homer through and through.
Nothing wrong with that. Cheers to that.
Mm-hmm. Now, my concern is I hope the Vikings lose today. It takes a little pressure off us.
Yeah,
they look bad coming out right now.
By the way, we had in the thumbnail and the description for the show that Swifty was going to be joining us. I'm not sure if he is. His back has been ailing him, so he probably won't be joining us. But if he does, that would be great.
That's all right. I decided since he came on the show last time, what was that, on Thursday or so, and he came in his robe late night with his anchorman robe and his hat. I decided to wear the robe today on his behalf.
That's awesome. What is that? A bear?
Good to see you.
Is that Bears Jenga right there? In front of your computer.
Which
one? Yeah, he had the night when he was on. Remember?
Yeah. Bears Jenga. Yep.
Yeah.
NFL fanatics be having all them sales. Anytime I see crazy sales, I'll be buying shit.
Oh, that is awesome. Yeah, coming up later today, Foster and Shea are going to be doing the game cast. I have to leave here and hop over to PSF and do the game cast over there with Lester Wiltfong Jr. And Foster and Shea are going to stick around here and do the game cast. And I think they're giving away a promotion for 20% off or something for fanatics. So make sure you stay tuned for that because you could win one. You could win a 20% coupon, I believe is what it is. Foster will explain it more when he gets here.
If he gets here.
If he gets here, yeah. He said his knees were bothering him.
If they want to, they can go to Foster's Twitter. I forgot his handle. If y'all can shout it out, he already posted it before he left out for that code for Fanatics.
Oh, did he?
Yes, sir.
Let me find that.
Yeah.
I'm trying to keep up with the chat and stuff too.
Fuck Green Bay. Fuck Green Bay. Fuck Green Bay.
Thank
down.
you.
Fuck Green Bay.
FGB it up in the chat. Fuck Green Bay. That's all I want to see. Don't talk about nothing else. FGB.
Wouldn't just a good. Well,
I was gonna say Doug Van Dorn's helping us out here. The Packer inactives too.
Yeah, Christian Watson, running back Emmanuel Wilson, safety Anthony Johnson Jr., safety Zane Anderson, Brent Cox Jr., tackle Caleb Jones, and guard Sean Ryhan. Is that how you pronounce it, Ryhan?
No excuses. Catch this beat down.
Let me find this Foster thing you're talking about. I know Linda, who's here in chat. Linda, shout out to you, Linda Foster. She has the codes. She's keeping them safe, she says.
Hey, Miss Foster.
Let's see. Oh, I see. You guys can check it out at Foster Covers. It's actually Foster6674 at Foster6674 on Twitter. He has some things about the codes there too. So, Jordan Love. Thoughts?
What about him?
Thoughts? Just give me your thoughts.
I think right now, sorry if I butted in ahead of you, Walt. I think right now is the ultimate test for him. No fake Megatron on the other side of the ball. Christian Watson is out. Romeo Dobbs is half of Dobbs right now. And then he got all rookie receivers outside of that, and then Musgrave. So if he wants to stake his claim as the next Aaron Rodgers or the next Hall of Fame quarterback that they're supposed to produce, he in the same situation Justin Fields has been over the last 2 years with gimpy wide receivers, or like we was talking about in the other show, you know, Dollar Tree cashiers and free agents off the street. Now prove it. Since y'all talked all that shit last year about Justin Fields and saying a win is a win and, you know, quarterback should be able to carry their teams. Let's see what he can do when his back is against the wall and his safety valves aren't there.
I think King Buka World got it great. This is what I hope happens today.
Bold prediction: Yannick will knock Love back into the third grade.
I
love it.
I kind of feel Packers fans are living in the fantasy land that they're going to have another good quarterback 3 times in a row. I mean, yeah, they traded for Favre and they drafted Aaron Rodgers, but Jordan Love is Jordan Love.
They're living in the fantasy world. They think that they just assume it's going to happen again, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, wouldn't we? If we did it twice in a row and we had somebody below him, honestly, if you take off the 10 and put on 12, he does look very similar. You can tell he's been paying attention to Aaron Rodgers. He kind of throws the ball the same way. The flick of the wrist, it comes off of his wrist kind of the same. His footwork is very similar. So it looks like he's really been studying him while he's been sitting on the bench. And I think that's probably where they're getting that, the Packer fans are getting that excitement from, or at least thinking he's going to continue on. I know we would as fans, I
agree. I agree. I think he has a nice base. Like we were saying the other day, I think he's going to be okay. He'll probably be above a game manager. He does have some mobility, and he's shown some decent throws, intermediate, deep, short, but above average is where I put him. I think he's a more mobile Alex Smith at the peak, at his height. So we'll see. Maybe I'll be wrong, and they'll have me all over Packer Town in 5 years, but I doubt it.
Guys, we have Foster. It looks like Foster made his way to the bar for some fan interviews. I'm not sure if he's ready to come in.
Yeah,
should we bring him in?
Bob. I'll bring him in, yeah.
Horses are driving Panama or Portland, Foster. Are they going to come in? Well, that's what we try and do.
There we go. So we'll just mute him. We'll mute him until he's ready. He'll see that he's on camera.
Yeah. I really think Jordan Love is going to be the quintessential definition of what a gatekeeper is. He'll be good, but not good enough.
I think you're right. I think he's going to be running for his damn life today. I'm not. I am a little concerned about our run game, but I'm really not concerned about our defensive line and the passing game, because I know it was preseason, but they were like living in the backfield for the most part. Especially the rookies too. They were impressive in that as pass rushers. So I think that Love's going to be running for his life. They might try to, mitigate that by pounding the ball down our throats, 49er style. That could be a worry.
And that's fine. I feel like that's what we need to take away anyway. If we take away the run game and be able to kind of keep them from being able to just march down the field and tear down our defensive line, which will also keep our pass rush or neutralize our pass rush and dead that, we will force Jordan Love to prove himself. I mean, them receivers ain't shit. I'm trying to hold my cursing down because I'm hyped, but he don't have any receivers other than Dobbs, and Dobbs is decent, but he's not going to be able to uplift that offense single-handedly. So this is on Jordan Love. This is prove it. You've had 3 to 4 years in the same system. Like you said, he's mimicking Aaron Rodgers in movements and looks like him out there, and sometimes he makes a throw that makes Packers fans feel like he's the next god of Packerland. But we'll see today. And I believe that our front four will get through, because they won't be able to get the separation that they think, because they don't have Christian Watson, who's the real deep threat, the real 50-50 downfield ball threat. So we'll see. His number will be called today.
Oh, what's the what's his name? Charles. The Packers. We're going to make Cutler throw the ball. Remember that? That's what we're going to force Jordan Love to do. What's up, Fusser? You ready to come in?
Absolutely. Sorry, guys. I didn't realize I had my mic on.
No,
I don't know if you guys can see this. Does this look right?
Yeah, you look good.
Hey, we look good. Fusser, we look good. I'm here with Bob. I'm here with Bob, the owner of Harhig's Tavern, located at 7154 Higgins Avenue, right off of Harlem. And we were just talking about the Bears game today.
Hello, guys. How you doing today?
So hit Bob with some questions.
Hey, you know what? We're looking for a big Bears victory today over the Packers.
Absolutely.
We're expecting a lot of people down at Soldiers Field, and hopefully things will start picking up over here in a little bit. So who knows what to expect today? Go Bears. We got to bring home a winner.
What's your score prediction?
Score prediction.
My score prediction is Bears 24, 24-21.
Ooh, close game.
Hey, Bob,
close
give us
game,
a
yes.
FGB.
Say again?
Give us a FGB.
FGB. Fuck Green Bay.
Green Bay.
I didn't know if he swears in that, so I just used the letter.
Well, no, you know what? Listen, we would just say that.
Yeah, these guys are old school. They don't mess around, man.
Well,
give us tell it like it is.
Green Bay.
Thank you. Hey, give us the fuck Green Bay.
Give us a fuck Green Bay.
You know what? I'm the owner of this place.
I'll do it for him. Some of us here at Harhig's Taps are like, fuck Green Bay.
That's what I'm talking about,
we just believe that the Bears are going to have a pretty decent year this year. So we're going to keep rooting for them and, have some fun. And you know what? The Packers can come in last place in the division. How's that?
Absolutely awesome.
Yeah.
Bob,
do you have a bold prediction for today?
Prediction for today, yes.
A bold one. A bold one.
A bold prediction. Okay, I would say that the Bears are going to win 38-7.
Change
You just changed.
How bold do you want it to be?
Crazy in your mind.
Crazy, yeah. Justin Fields are going to throw for 3 touchdowns and run for 2. He likes the ball.
We're walking back here into the bar, guys. I don't know if I'm doing this justice. It's a little early, But we've got another gentleman we can
pregame.
talk to if you guys are interested. I don't know if you can hear how well you can hear me.
I can hear you great.
You're coming in fine.
We could just listen. We could just listen. No.
This is
Jim.
awesome.
Jim was this guy. No, you're Jim. So actually, I'm sitting here with Jim, who's a Vikings fan, right? Or is that both? Viking fan. Okay. So this is one of the patrons over here at our age.
Fucking do it right there. How you fucking do it?
We're
doing it.
watching the Vikings game, but we're trying to ask you something on the Bears. I know you got this because you're seeing this, dude. That's awesome play, dude.
Well, I tell you one thing.
Justin Jefferson, man. Jeez.
One thing we never
win
did was lie or fuck with the Vikings. Yeah. Wait, Foster, get him to say fuck the Packers.
Say fuck
the Packers.
Give me your Bears score again.
Hey,
Fucking
You know what? It doesn't matter. Fuck the Packers.
yeah.
24-17.
Ooh, that's twice we got there
Bears.
today. That's 24-17s, I think, right?
The Bears.
Come on, Vikings.
Not fair.
And the Vikings just tied it up, guys. Oops. I don't want to keep it on there too long. So let me see if there's somebody else. I need to go backstage. Put me backstage, guys, and I'll give you a test on if you still think I might have one more gentleman that wants to talk to us. If that's all right.
Sure. Yeah.
That's fine.
Okay.
That's fun, man. I like that. Mr. Mayhem, fuck the Packers. Fuck the Packers. Fuck the Vikings too.
Right. I was gonna say Foster and that guy, the Vikings fan, kind of reminds me of when the Crips and the Bloods came together with the little flag meme. Like that was kind of weird. Like, but hey, fuck Green Bay. Everybody feels the same way.
As Don Burrow he says, Chicago versus everybody in our case.
Yeah.
I love Foster going and getting going to the bar and getting fans to talk. This is pretty cool. Too bad there's not more people in there.
Yeah, it's still a little early.
It'll probably be closer to game time.
Yeah. So what else you guys got for me?
We discussed inactives already. I'm sure,
Yeah.
Walt, you got something before I go?
No, I'm gonna actually circle back to what Shorty was saying, where he's a little worried about the run defense. Is that it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So I mean, the one thing you got to remember too is we have a lot better depth on the defensive front than we did last year. So even if our starters tire out, we just plug in Pickens and Dexter, and they can do an adequate job. So I'm not too concerned about it.
Well said. Well said.
You want to piggyback off that?
Especially in our interior. I agree with Walt because last year we were starting Armand Watt, who we had just picked up off the waivers, about a couple of days, if not a week before week one. So he hadn't had any mini camp or anything like that. Right now, Watt is, I believe, with either Pittsburgh or someone's second or third string. So we got Andrew Billings, who's a monster in the middle. He can plug those, pause, stop. He's very out, not really easy to push him back. So I feel like our interior should be a lot better. And then with our linebackers flowing to the ball, we upgraded what we had Nick Morrow. We had after trading Roquan, we had Jack Sanborn. And I didn't forgot who we had on the other end to play the third linebacker. But now we got TJ Edwards, Tremaine Edmonds, and Jack Sanborn starting. That's a lot better starting three at the line.
There he goes. I think it was Joe Thomas was the third linebacker.
But what he was saying is we're a lot better at the linebacking position. And then we got, Noah Sewell adds some good depth. Who's the other guy? Cole something? Dylan
Cole's
Cole?
gone. They brought up DeMarcus Gates yesterday.
Oh, good.
So
Yeah, he played well when he was in the game last year.
he only played a couple games at the end of the season, but he had 6 sacks coming into last year in the USFL. So
Well, he had a really good preseason last year, and then when he was playing at the end of the year, he played pretty well.
Ooh, my bad, guys.
No, you were getting kind of choppy, and then you just went. You were out of there. So
that was me. I got, like you said, I got all this shit on my desk and shit. That's my fucking fault because I got the phone, but I forgot to switch the fucking phone over to Wi-Fi. I got the computer on Wi-Fi, the tablet on Wi-Fi for the chat, and I'm trying to talk to them. You know how my Forest Whitaker go. That's my brain too. So, but I don't know where I stopped off. But basically, I was saying that the interior should be vastly improved. And our starting 3 linebackers were some basic third stringers right now, other than Jack Sanborn post the Roquan Smith trade. So right now we're starting TJ Edwards, who had 150 plus tackles with the Philadelphia Eagles last week. Tremaine Edmonds, who's a young baller at middle linebacker, 6'5", 250 plus, or whatever his weight is. And then Jack Sanborn is carrying over from last year. And after the Roquan trade, he actually, from that game on, he led the NFL in tackles. I don't know if anybody knows that, but that's one of those Swift. Like if you watch Swift's videos, you'll catch those nuggets. So our linebacker crew should be able to flow into those gaps and kind of be or really be very disciplined to hold that run down. So I think, like Walt said, this ain't last year. This ain't last year's Bears. We don't need to be nervous.
And I think King Vuka brings up a good point too. We're completely forgetting DeMarcus Walker. No one's even mentioned him really.
I did. Remember my bold prediction is that he's going to outproduce Yannick Ngakoue in sacks this year.
Ooh.
That was Thursday's bold prediction.
Was that after I left?
Probably. I think that was when
I think so.
On for a quarter of the time you guys were doing this show.
It's all good. Family first. The dogs are family.
Well, yeah, and then the wife's like, if you hop back on there, you have to get up early. I'm training on a new software for my job, and so she's like, if you hop back in there, these guys got it. You'll be fine. You're not going to get to bed till 3:00 in the morning. So I'm glad she was right.
Man, like when I went to bed, because I think it was the point where Bearsky or Paulsky kept on going over and over and over again. I forgot what the point he was making, Walt, but me and Walt was looking at each other through the camera like, bro, we got it. We understand. And by then it was like almost 1:00. So I was like, you know what? I think I hear my wife call.
Oh man, I love Paulsky, but he can go on and on and on and on about something. Yeah, for damn sure. He's the same way if you talk to him on the phone. You'd be on the phone with him for 3 hours. You're like, shit, I just wanted to tell you that really quick. Awesome.
If you ever been to a black church on a Sunday where you got to hold the finger up when you walk out because the preacher is going too long, that's kind of how I because he was going and Walt was like, bro, like we got it. We get your point. We get it. And he was going in. I mean, he was dropping knowledge. He was dropping facts or whatever with his point. But I was like, damn, it's 1:00, bro.
Let's move on.
Right.
Man, I tell you, I live in the deep South. I live in south of Atlanta in Georgia now, and my wife and I really want to go into. We're not religious. We don't go to churches. We don't go to church, I should say. But I really want to go into like a gospel church and just sit and in the back and listen and be a part of it. But I would feel like we just hear the record scratch when we walked in the door. You know what I mean? We'd be like, oh, let's just.
Nah, we not like that. We'll welcome you in. We might call you up to the altar. Like,
oh yeah, well, that's even worse.
Our preachers have a habit of like when they see new faces come in, hey, do we have any visitors today? And in the most random times, like they'll be in the middle of preaching, be like, oh, I see a visitor. Make you stand up and come to the front. So you have to bring all the mayonnaise to the front.
Yeah, no, I definitely would not want to be called out like that. So I would be like that Homer meme where I would just slip into the weeds. Exactly.
No, I was just gonna say too. It looks like the Falcons are back up on Carolina. So
Nice. Let's get that #1 pick.
I mean, come on, Falcons. You got to beat the Panthers with a rookie quarterback. Although they have a second-year quarterback themselves.
yeah, and Brian Burns has been feasting today too. So
Yeah, they better pay that man.
Doug Van Dorn saying Walker has been under the radar because of his training camp injuries, but when we did see him, he was impressive. Yes. Let's get to some of you guys in chat here.
That's what I was looking at, yeah. Brian said, no joke on old school black churches. Yep.
What's up, Brian? Linda saying, like, share, subscribe. Any of your invites, must like, share, and subscribe, and put your name in chat. At the end of today's Bears game, the person with the most invites wins 20% off Fanatics code. So that'll be during the live game stream that will be coming up after this pregame.
Like it up.
Hop in with Foster and Shay on that, and that's going to be fun. Foster does awesome play-by-play, and he gets the game in real time. So if you're a little bit behind, like I was why does my camera keep turning off? It's going off on it by itself. That's weird.
At least your technical difficulties ain't like mine. Or Foster's the other day. Foster's on Thursday. I was like, bro, your Wi-Fi is trash.
Oh, that's well, I'm not supposed to be Wi-Fi. I'm supposed to be hardwired, but my Wi-Fi is over for some reason.
It definitely moved to that hardwire.
Yeah. Sometimes it just hops off and goes to Wi-Fi. But what the hell was I just saying? Oh yeah, Foster and Shay. Foster does awesome play-by-play because he's got that Chicago accent when he gets going. It's fun to listen to. You know, Roshan Johnson now rolling out to the right. He's got a couple extra 2-3 yards. And he's out of bounds.
He's out of bounds. Yeah.
STC, who's your pick to click? Brisker, DJ Moore. DJ Moore.
Yeah.
Brisker he's been injured for, he's going to take him a little bit to get warmed up into this game.
Yeah. Hopefully we don't need him to make nothing spectacular right now, unless it's a tackle for a loss or something.
Yeah.
Come down in that box and knock AJ Dillon back.
Yeah.
Although he might have the other turnover that I think we're going to have.
I like it.
Picking Stevenson for a pick 6, and I'm going to go with it. Brisker for an interception.
Completely doable, yeah.
Yeah. Well, guys, we should probably wrap this up here. We're going on. Let's get out of here in like 10 minutes. So I got to get ready to go do PSF, and then we got to get Foster ready to go for the game stream with Shay. That's going to be fun. I'm going to have to go back and watch that one because that's going to be a blast with those guys.
Yeah, make sure you all carry over on BCP, carry over to the Foster and Shay part of the show. Live action, live reactions, Duck Bears. Here, be hyped, like it up. Y'all need to come out of this chat the next 10 minutes, liking it up. We need about 50 to 100 likes. Go tell people on Twitter they can come over here and ask a question if they want to in the next 10 to 15 minutes-ish, maybe 10 minutes, because we do have to prepare for the next show. Any questions, go ahead and drop them.
Yeah, let's get to
ask Walt.
Yeah.
Because I want y'all to ask Walt, because we had somebody in the chat on Thursday try to come at his knowledge, and we know the deepest knowledge on this panel right now is Walt. So I'm really still pissed about that bullshit. And I respect all our chatters, but do not fire off at Walt. That is the best, hardest working producer I've ever seen. I've been on about 5 to 10 shows in the last 3 weeks, and I had to come back on today because Walt is the man. Like, he prepares you beforehand, hits you in the DM, texts you the information, emails you the information, and then all the things he does behind scenes that you all don't see, all the stats that he's able to pull up and fire our way when we're not able to pull them up. But when he's on screen, listen to the man. Listen to the man. He's got a gift. He knows this shit like the back of his hand. So
ask Walt.
That's my rant.
That's a good segment.
Just do a whole segment now, right?
Well said, Vil. Dude,
I'm on the drink. I told you once I'm on the drink, it's on. I'm fighting everybody.
I love it, man. Well, you are doing a great job, man. We appreciate you here at BCP. Excellent job, man.
That's fun, man. I'm enjoying every second of it. So
I'm so excited for this. I'm so excited for Thursday with actor comedian Matt Walsh. I cannot wait. It's gonna be.
That should be good. Did we have his other friend coming on too?
Who? Yeah, his buddy. He's also an actor comedian. He hasn't really been in many movies. He was at. It's funny. I'll talk about this more then. But they did a Bears podcast together like 10 years ago.
That's dope.
And his friend, his name is James Underdown. He does a character called Fireman Pete. So we're gonna have to have him do that on the show too, because they're comedians. I mean, they're like I think they met doing Second City type stuff, improv and stuff. So that'll be very, very fun having some comedians on, because we're just a bunch of comedians here.
Yeah. My wife was hyped when she seen that, and she was like, "Are you gonna be on? Are you gonna be able to ask him questions?" I'm like, "Oh, now you want to jump in the chat and ask a question. Now you want to," because she's like, "I don't want to sound stupid," but now he's gonna be on because he loves all his TV shows and his. Okay.
What show does she? Is it Veep that she likes?
She loves anything he's in. Like she's extremely down for dark, dry humor, funny, like just like we're a different breed. Like, of course, we like black comedy, all that different stuff like that, hood urban comedy. But like, we love like the quirky stuff, like the Will Ferrells and Matt Walsh and different guys like that, Jonah Hill, at the time, stuff like that where it's really funny and you really gotta like really be paying attention to some of the quips. Like, we love that type of shit. Hey, real quick, I seen Mark say something. He said everyone should do a shot every Bears TD. I'm afraid that we'll have alcohol poison by the end of the night. But he said,
I was thinking the same thing when I saw that.
Right, but he said the shot should be Malort. Oh my fucking God.
Phew. I've never even tried that.
Me and my you're not Chicago unless you had at least one shot.
I have never heard of that in my entire life until like 5 years ago.
You gotta have it, and then you gotta make the bitter beer face afterwards, because it's the worst shit ever. It's almost like being initiated into a game with a drink in your mouth. Pause.
What?
It's horrible. It's like, how like your brokest days and you wanted to buy a drink and you bought a $3, $4, $5 bottle or something. It's 10 times worse, that shit, mixed with gas, mixed with like fucking antifreeze or some shit. Like, we tried it on our last anniversary, not this past anniversary, but we went down to Whiskey Business. I think it's on Milwaukee. And they had Malort shots, obviously, because it's a Chicago staple. Man, that shit was fucking horrible. We had to like drink like 50 different pops and juices. And
so what is it comparable to? Is it thick for one thing, or is it thin like a whiskey?
It's like, it's got the thinness of the worst tequila and that same bite, but multiply that like times 10, and then imagine something staying in the back of your throat for 10 weeks.
So did they pay you guys to drink it?
No, it's just kind of a Chicago thing. Like, when you're at a Chicago bar, especially like the North Side or some shit like that, like Malort is just a staple. It's almost like that. It'll put hair on your chest, son, type of shit. Like, that's the fucking drink that it is. Like, it's fucking horrible. Hey, ask anybody in the chat. Anybody in the chat that's had Malort shots or had a drink with Malort, which I have no clue what the fuck it would go with. Put Malort, hashtag Malort in the chat if you ever had one. I know Mark has.
My wife lived in Chicago for 12 years. I never lived in Chicago, but I grew up in the northern suburbs, and I never even knew anything about that until just a few years ago when they were I don't even know. It was something that we saw it on, and they were like, "Oh, you got to do this," and then whoever wasn't from Chicago was like, "Oh, this is the Chicago thing." I was like, we were both like, "What?" And then we saw their faces. They were just like, "Ah." So I can't even imagine what that would be like. It's like,
and it's not a Chicago thing because it's the best drink ever. You see, Miss Foster, Linda said that shit's nasty. Hell yeah, it's fucking nasty. But it's like a pass. It's like a way to pass over the bridge into real Chicago-ness. Like it'll fucking fuck you up, and you'll need recovery drinks after recovery drinks. Red Bull, put something in to kind of cancel it out. Milk. He needs milk. But some shit. But it's fucking horrible. But
we'll have to try that when Chris Watts comes into town.
Oh yeah, it'll fuck you up.
The GoFundMe for Chris Watts to come out from England. He's coming in the 12th of October. So almost a month from now. That's crazy how quickly time flies.
We'll have to ask Matt Walsh if he's had a shot of more.
Definitely, yeah.
Mark said it's so nasty, though.
I can't wait to try it. I want to see if it sticks for 10 weeks.
Linda said it put hair on her chest, started putting hair on her chest.
Well, guys, let's wrap this up. I got to get ready to head over to PSF. If you have an iPhone, you want to hang out with Lester and I, please, stop in. Go back and forth. Go back and forth from BCP to find the Bears chat room. It's not the BCP chat room. It's the Bears chat in the PSF app. Unfortunately, Apple only right now. They had a new packet submitted to Android, and it didn't go through. So they have to submit another packet, and hopefully it will be ready by game 2, because it's hard to promote something when only half the platform to get it in is working. So, but if you do want to check us out over on PSF. If not, stick here. Come back at 4:20 to hang out with Foster and PJ for the game cast. I'm sure that's going to be a lot of fun. Guys,
PJ just asked why am I in the bathrobe? PJ, remember when we had Swift come on the show later on Thursday night, and he was in his bathrobe and his hoodie after he was rolled out of bed mad because the Kansas City and Lions game was so trash. And he was in his bathrobe like this and shit. So this is for Swift since he couldn't make it.
Jason UK Bears is asking, what the fuck is Malort? I don't even know. It's terrible. It's terrible.
Meet us at a bar, Jason. Meet us at a bar.
He's in the UK, but if maybe we'll start a GoFundMe to get you to Chicago to see a Bears game, Jason, and you can try it.
I'll send him $5 for a shot. I'm sure it's over there in the UK.
Well, awesome, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with us for the pregame and chat. Mark Kazak, Jason UK Bears, PJ, great to see you, PJ. Brian Gilmore, Doug Van Dorn, Linda Foster, Mark Kazak, all you guys. STC, AC Adam, Ravi, we love you guys. Hair Bear, thanks for hanging out with us today. Hop back later in almost half an hour, and you can catch Foster and Shay. Until then, let's kick some ass today. And on a 1, 2, 3, let's do a fuck Green Bay. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Fuck Green Bay.